Hello, I'm Jenny Feeler with US Dealer Licensing, and I'd like to introduce Rafael Godinez in Southern Chicago. Rafael owns Grand Motors, and he actually partnered with US Dealer Licensing 10 years ago in 2016. So thanks for joining me, Rafael. Can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what your vision was? How did you come to USDL? What were you doing before?
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny, for having me. And I decided to join US dealer licensing because I was working 9 to 5. I wanted to see a difference in my lifestyle. Actually, one of my friends got his license. I don't know who he got it through, but I thought that it would be a fair trade for me to, because I've been an automotive technician for some time now. And I decided that, maybe I do some work for him. He helps me get my license. We could do like some type of trade, but it didn't end up going that way. So I ended up doing my own research and that taught me a lot about, like business in general. And it was like a lesson learned, sometimes you got to go out there and get the information. And if somebody doesn't want to teach you the game, you got to go learn it.
I understand that you were trying to break that 9 to 5. So obviously what you were doing and through your research, Rafael, did you have like a typical bad day or some kind of point? There was a specific breaking point that you just knew things had to change. And if that was the case, what was it and how did you find us?
Well, yeah. I'm telling you, the 9 to 5 was not for me. I was pretty much at the mercy of the manager or the person in charge of my schedule for the next week. I had no clue what days I was going to be off. I wasn't progressing in life in general. I was trying to get out of that. I'm not going to say I hated it, but I did. I was really, really trying to get out of that situation.
Great. So Rafael, how did you find US dealer licensing?
As I mentioned, I'm an automotive technician. And at the time, they sent me out to the auction. We went to go pick up or start up a vehicle. I forgot what the case was. We got it out of the auction. We drove it back. In fact, while I was there, I decided to ask around. One of the young ladies sent me to the dealer's desk, and I was able to find information. Talk to Dino. He put me on. He told me it's kind of funny story. Yeah. So when I met Dino, so Dino's like the perfect sales guy. He's competitive. He knows his stuff, and he it was funny because he's trying to sell me the license, and I'm just like, bro, can you stop? You stop talking, bro. I'm ready to sign up. And but man, look, I was gone. I was tired of this stuff. I was tired of just doing the 9 to 5 thing. As a matter of fact, I drove all the way to his office in Chicago Heights, and it was like an hour away. My transmission was going on my car. I had like a Ford Taurus.
So no.
And I said, you know what? Either I'm gonna break down and get stranded somewhere, or I'm gonna go sign this paperwork today. And that's what I did. It made my down payment. Next thing you know, I'm up and running.
That's super. So, has your day-to-day life changed? Is there anything you're doing now that you couldn't do before?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Like even with like I could actually schedule my next day. And as a matter of fact, well, during my daughter's pregnancy, like I didn't miss a doctor's appointment. I was there for like 6 days straight during the labor, everything. I was able to experience that. I know those times are something that are precious to people. They're priceless. And being able to experience that at my age, I'm my tender age of 36, first time father. To me, it means the world to be able to go out with her now that she's older and and have the time to go to the park with her, have the freedom of time. That to me is priceless.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. So, can you share your single biggest win since we started working together?
No, okay. So the biggest win for me is not giving up. Right. So what that did for me is it enabled me to build partnerships, to learn how to operate as an entity, in corporate America. It allowed me to teach. You know what I'm saying? So now as I'm teaching, I'm learning. Um, that's the biggest win for me.
So, when you say you're teaching, who or what are you teaching?
Oh, I'm teaching automotive repair. I was able also I'm also able to partner with like not for profits. When you're an LLC, you're able to move corporate like a corporate entity. So I'm even teaching them that. So it's just pretty cool to be able to have like this enterprise and have like the backing of an auto auction, have access to the auto auctions, and have like an unlimited supply of parts, vehicles, you name it. It is crazy.
Right. That's one of the things I love about it too. Rafael, you hit on something where you said that your biggest win was learning that you just don't stop. And Boy, that sure resonated because, our whole team at USDL, we're really, really passionate about our core values. And as you know, like with our rebranding, USDL, drive the American dream. That's not like some corny cliche to me and my team. We're passionate about helping others create opportunities, right? Just like what you explained you're doing with your teaching. So, with that being said, how would you say entering the wholesale auto dealer licensing and working with US dealer licensing, how does your American dream look now?
Honestly, if you ask me something like that and you want my honesty, I'm gonna bring it back to the operating as an entity, as a corporate entity. This country is full of freedoms, and one of the best ways to move freely is to operate like the big guys, if you will. You want to be able to structure yourself to where your dog is a tax write off. My dog, I got dogs. They're my security. You could live real comfortably doing this automotive just the plates alone. But the reason behind the plates in itself is like a almost like an American right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're able to travel on the road without having to deal with registrations and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. Like it's just pretty cool experience.
Super. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to share your story with us. As I said, we are super proud to be partnered with you. I know Tina and the people that have dealt with you in our back office had nothing but great things to say. So, again, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy day.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. And I thank you, and I want to say thank you to the team over there in US Dealer Licensing. Because they're real patient with us guys. The dealers, they're super patient. They're super professional. Every time I call them up, it's like we got a backbone office. Like they're on it. I need this, boom, they send it to me. That's actually pretty cool. I love that about the team.
Super. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day.